Welcome back to Macro Matters, the channel where we decode the global economy and its ripple effects. Today, we're diving into the US-Canada trade relationship, a partnership often hailed as one of the most robust in the world, until Donald Trump shook things up with tariffs. How did Trump's trade policies strain this critical economic alliance, and where does it stand now? Let's unpack the data, the politics, and what it all means for the future of North American trade. Let's start with the basics. The US and Canada share the world's largest trade relationship, valued at over $700 billion annually. This includes goods like cars, oil, and agricultural products. Not to mention, Canada is the #1 export market for US goods. This relationship is built on decades of cooperation, particularly through agreements like the 1994 North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. For years, the US and Canada operated with minimal trade barriers. But in 2018, things changed when President Trump imposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, citing national security concerns under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act. This decision marked a turning point. It wasn't just about trade, it challenged the foundation of trust between these two economic powerhouses. But why did Trump do it? And what were the consequences? Let's dig deeper. Trump justified the tariffs by claiming that cheap foreign steel and aluminum imports, even from allies like Canada, posed a national security risk. Critics, however, saw it as a move to boost US manufacturing and leverage a better trade deal under NAFTA renegotiations. The tariffs, 25% on steel and 10% on aluminum, hit Canada hard. Steel and aluminum exports are a significant part of Canada's economy, with the US being its largest customer. In response, Canada retaliated with its own tariffs on $12.6 billion worth of US goods, targeting everything from whiskey to ketchup. This tit-for-tat escalated tensions. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called the tariffs insulting and questioned how Canada, a long-standing ally, could be seen as a security threat. Public opinion on both sides of the border shifted, with trade becoming a flashpoint in US-Canada relations. The tariffs didn't exist in isolation, they were part of Trump's larger strategy to renegotiate NAFTA, which he called the worst trade deal ever. In 2020, the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA, officially replaced NAFTA. But did it resolve the tensions created by the tariffs? USMCA brought updates to rules on auto manufacturing, labor standards, and digital trade. It also included a provision ensuring that 70% of steel and aluminum in cars comes from North America. While the agreement addressed some of Trump's concerns about fair trade, the lingering distrust from the tariff dispute didn't fully go away. By the time USMCA went into effect, the steel and aluminum tariffs had been lifted, but the damage to US-Canada relations was already done. Many questioned whether these measures were worth the cost. So what were the broader consequences of Trump's tariffs and the USMCA? Let's start with the economic impact. Initially, the tariffs disrupted industries on both sides of the border. US manufacturers reliant on Canadian steel faced higher costs, leading to price increases and in some cases, layoffs. Meanwhile, Canadian exporters scrambled to find new markets. But the effects weren't just economic. Politically, the tariffs raised questions about the reliability of the US as a trade partner. Canada began diversifying its trade relationships, signing agreements with the European Union and Pacific nations to reduce its dependence on the US. Interestingly, Trump's tariffs also fueled a debate about economic nationalism. While they aimed to protect American jobs, they highlighted the interconnected nature of supply chains. Many industries realized that trade disputes don't just hurt the targeted country, they hurt everyone involved. So, what's the takeaway? Trump's tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum were more than just a policy, they were a statement. They shook the foundations of US-Canada trade, disrupted industries, and left lasting questions about the future of North American cooperation. While USMCA may have stabilized the relationship, the ripple effects of this trade dispute are still felt today. What do you think? Did Trump's tariffs achieve their goals, or were they a misstep in managing an essential partnership? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching Macro Matters. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into global trade and economics. See you next time.